What's up, YouTube? It's RainingCardGames, and welcome back to another episode of Atlantean Chronicles. Happy holidays, by the way. 2023 is just around the corner, so we're gonna try to reel in the new year with some positivity and hopefully good pulls and solid wins. But before we go ahead and go into today's product, if you would be so kind as to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, video, you know what I mean, you get where I'm going. It helps the video out, helps me out. 'Tis the season of giving, so give me a like, subscribe. I give you potentially, hopefully, good content. Into the product.
It's time to open packs. Brothers of Legend. Yes, first ed packs, because there's only one printing of it, but anyway, for today's opening, you know what we're opening and why we're opening it, or at least hopefully put two and two together. The reason why we are going after, water! Right-hand shark. We are going after some water extra deck good stuff, i.e. the Stealth Kraken package. Right-hand shark is actually a pretty cool pickup. Not exactly what we were looking for, but we might play around with it. No, we're not going into Crooked Cook. Shooting Star Dragon, cool. Void Feast. Karibo, the OG, the very first hand trap ever printed. Double Exposure as our secret rare. Fascinating. Anyway, we move on. Right-hand shark, not bad, not bad. So our Xyz monsters made with right-hand shark can now not be destroyed by battle. Phantom Knights of the Ragged Gloves. Wind Up Arsenals and Mayo. Horse of the Floral Knights. Deal with Dusty and our... Allure of Darkness, cool pickup. And our secret, Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. I don't need you. I want Stealth Kraken and Stealth Kraken Spawn. That's what we are after today. Kaiju Capture Mission. Eyes Shadow, Red Eyes Fusion, we're not making Dragoon, White Mirror. Huh. I don't know, we could actually potentially have some synergy with that. We'll see. Well, we don't have a big fish package, and Lyrilisk's Bird Strike as our secret. We potentially could make something happen with that. I don't know, we'll see. We still got more cards to target for our finalized deck build, which even is still to this day is slightly, always, constantly, continuously, I'm making up words. Yeah, it's still evolving. Phantom Knight of the Ragged Gloves. Fighting Spirit. Downward Magician. Dr. D. And Grandpa Demeadow. I want... What is with these packs in the corner not peeling open? Weird. The Deal of Destiny. Another Void Feast. Detonate. Another Right-hand Shark. Fascinating. And Centaur Minna. So that's two Right-hand Shark. We could potentially even pull a playset at the rate we're going. Yeah, I don't want that. I do not want that. Oh, again, the corners. What's with these packs opening only and leaving a little corner? It's weird. Rank Up Magin, Argent Chaos Force. Gadarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. That could come in handy, especially if we're going up against a Flunderese matchup. Kuribe. Ice Knight, you're a water aqua. What on earth do you do? Gain 400 attack for each aqua monster you control. Once per turn, you can activate this effect. You can normal summon one water monster during your main phase this turn in addition to your normal summoner set. You cannot special summon except for water monsters. That's not terrible, actually. An additional normal summon, that actually gives us extra material for Deep Sea Diva. We might play around with you. Appliance or Propellion, and number 99, Utopia Dragonair. Cool card, but not what we need. But Ice Knight, we could potentially play with. That actually gives us an extra Deep Sea Diva normal summon. Again, with these corners, oh my god. I can see something with that if we have room. Curry Babylon. That's our second Shooting Star Dragon. Our second Allure of Darkness, Idios the Underworld Squire. That's a cool card. And D-Horse. Come on. I want to see... Oh my god. I want to see those beautiful black Xyz monsters. Zexal Catapult. Another Ice Knight? Okay. That's cool. Kuribe. ZW, Sylphid Wing, or ZW, however you do. Ooh, Piri Race map. This is a cool card. So it's like at the start of your main phase, add one monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand, but have your life points. Do we have anything that we could potentially use this with? No, Atlantean Prince does have 800 attack. But that's still a cool card. Well, we could see around. Maybe then we potentially might have the use for it. I don't think we do, but I'd have to double check what we're looking at and what we're working with. Soulbinding Gate. The Icebound God. God, that is some pretty artwork. If 2 or more water monsters are on the field, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster cannot attack. Its effects are negated. If a level 5 or higher water is normal or special to your field while this card is in your graveyard, except during damage check, you can set this card with banish when it leaves the field. Huh. So it's a Fiendish Chain. Well, that's actually interesting. Dollhouse, Appliancer, Propellion, and Altergeist Memorigant. No, we continue onwards. I mean, there's some interesting water stuff again with these corners. Interesting water stuff that we could play around with, but not what we're looking for yet. Edea the Heavenly Squire, that Monarch support. Hey, Silent Sea Nettle. This is a good card. It's a good extender for us. So, if you control a water monster, special summon this from your hand. You can't special summon monsters except water. The turn you activate this effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target up to 3 waters engraved, shuffle to the deck. This is a better Silent Angler. Abyss Shark can't. Wow. That's another interrupted Kaiju Slumber. We already have one. Another one's great. Beatrice, why not? And Speedroid Scratch. So, Kaiju Slumber, good side deck tech. Sea Nettle, actually a really good extender for us. Not only for just Xyz plays, but link climbing and all that jazz. Synchro climbing. That's pretty good. That's actually a good pickup. Can we get the Stealth Kraken to go with it? Red Eyes Fusion. Another White Mirror. We got a left-hand shark. That's cool. Cypher Interference and Performapal Cory Bull. Come on, come on, come on. Give me those water Xyz that I so desperately crave. Zexal Catapult. A playset of Ice Knight. Curry B. ZW. And Speedroid Scratch. Come on. We have a lot of fun toys to play with. Okay, here we go. Curry Babylon. We have a playset of Shooting Star Dragon. A playset of Allure of Darkness. Another Edeos. And no, number 89. Diabolus the Mind Hacker. It is a generic 7. What does this even do? Once per turn, detach one material from this card. Look at your opponent's extra deck. Banish one monster from it face down. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard. Banish it face down. If a card your opponent owns and possesses is banished face down while you control this card, except during the damage step, you can banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down equal to their face down banished cards. We can make this. We have 7s, or we have a good access to the rank 7 pool, so that is a possibility. Obviously, Abyss Gaios is our go-to rank 7, but if we already made a Gaios and we still have materials on field that we want to go into and just disrupt our opponent, that's possible. Dr. D, Detonate, playset of Edeos, Hidden Fangs of Revenge, and Performapal Cory Bull. This is our last pack. A lot of interesting stuff we can play around with, but not the Xyz we were looking for, which might mean we are going back into this pack. Phantom Knights, Wind Up Arsenal, Horse of the Floral Knights, Deal with Destiny, last card. Evil Hero Mally, Malicious Bane. Oh, that's a cool card, but we're not playing it in our deck. Interesting potential tech. We have a play set of Ice Knight. We have some side deck cards like the Godarla, as well as Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Potentially some extenders if we want to with White Mirror, but we have to kind of tweak our deck. Left and right hand sharks if we want those, but it's kind of interesting. We have to pivot our deck. Potential interruption for side decking, and then Sea Nettle is honestly probably the best card we pulled, but not its grown-up Xyz counterpart. We're gonna have to come back into the set, but let's play around. Let's see what maybe we can incorporate some of the new stuff we just pulled.
So we didn't get Stealth Kraken. Unfortunate. Really would have liked to. That would have been such a good card for us moving forward. Is what it is. We'll have to just go back into this set again and try and, you know. Anyway, minor tweaks. We'll see how it goes. We're actually going to go into 4 matches today. Give us a little more of a taste of locals. So, let's do it. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and jump into match number 1. We're going up against Dragon Link. So, rogue contender, I'd say. Obviously, we're still in the tier 0 format of tier elements, so not much we can do about that. But I still think Dragon Link is a strong contender, and Borderland Dragon is nothing to scoff at. This thing is a powerhouse of the card, and of course, Bisteels are just extra Dragon Link fodder. With an IP Massacre in the field, this is going to be an interesting thing, so I at least can take care of the Borderland with an infinite impermanence, and I try to go off to the races with my Atlantean Prince. Unfortunately, Appaloosa hits the field, which is not really going to do us pretty much. We're able to get out our Megalo because the summoning condition can still activate. However, we still do not have enough to beat over that Borderland Dragon. Unfortunately, I can't even pop my heavy infantry, so we just go up and scoop up and move on to game number 2. We do open with the Prince, which is not bad, as well as the double Titanoslider, so we're going to kind of have to go from there and see what we can do. Luckily, we did dodge that Nibiru in my opponent's hand, and that Dark Ruler is not really doing too much. Chaos Levineer hits the field, can't attack because of its effect, which means I just have to hope that I can somehow maybe make my Citadel Whale stick on the field, or I can get something that can get me back into this game. Luckily, this Heavenly Spheres that comes back allows me to reset my Titanicider, but it's a slow grind game. Unfortunately, Chaos Space is a really good card. I don't know why I get hit by the Dark Ruler. I feel like I could have probably saved that card for later on, but fine by me. And also, because I have Sea Stealth Attack 2 on the field, I can also just spam out my Marksman, which can help protect my life points, although I was under Dark Ruler no more regardless. And Mulan Glacia does not help me out here in the slightest, unfortunately. I do bring down the Borderland, so it's 0, so I can protect my life points and also beat over it, so that way we don't have to worry about it next turn. I finally get a Megalo, hits the field with that 2800 attack. Unfortunately, the scale does negate the monster effect, meaning he is weaker now, so I can get beat over by a Bestial, whichever one he decides to summon. I do bring out my Marksman in the battle phase just to protect my life points, to hopefully continue to grind out, potentially result. And IDP is actually not a bad draw. Obviously, it can be interaction in terms of special summoning and removing problems from the field, but at the same time, I can also bring out that Borderland. Yeah, it's unactivated, but it doesn't matter. Regardless, my board gets cleared, and now I have to face a Borrelsword. Luckily, I have a never-ending conga line of Titanociders to at least keep me in this game, but the hand traps are not helping. Noctivision goes in. I at least use my Ghost Dagger on the Galaxy Spire Sword so I don't have to deal with any level 8s. Vampire Lord hits the Vampire Xyz hits the field. Barone hits the field, which that is unfortunate because that means now my plays can get negated and I eventually lose that match. We go on to match number 2. We are going up against Neos. Yeah, Neos. With no interruptions going first, so I am actually able to go through my entire line and rip a couple cards out of the hand, which I get to see that I am playing against the fusion-based deck. And I think I should be able to take it with 2 negates on the field with my Abyss Gaios as well as the Scale, and sure enough, it deals with the Stratos. And then the Spirit of Neos hits the field, which is an extremely annoying card, as in it can't be destroyed by battle. This shows some of the shortcomings of my deck, where I can't deal with this card. However, I can at least pierce through it because I have the White Aura Whale, so it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Tricky. I do have an out, but I need to find a way to get to that out, i.e. being my bounce up to hand. But regardless, I can still sink in a bunch of damage, slowly grind my way to victory, and also Bubble Reef drawing into hand traps, great card. I'm able to use my Sea Stealth Attack 2. I can't target it either, so this is really unfortunate, but I can go into Zeus, Essentially, I'm just making my board. It's too strong for my opponent to make a comeback. They scoop. We go to game number 2. We get to see what this deck does going first. So far, it's sort of hero plays, but then also there hits the Spirit of Neos and 3 back row. I do deal with it with the Internet Kaiju Slumber, getting myself a big bungus. They scoop, and guess what? We win that match. We go on to match number 3. And for match number 3, we are going up against Exosister. So we're going first, and we are able to pop off until I get hit by a main deck Nibiru. Yikes. Luckily, my Ash does slow down the turn, but I don't have much of a follow-up at the moment, which is really unfortunate. So I'm just getting beaten to death by the big rock. Luckily, I have the Diva, and I have the Called by the Grave to actually ensure that my play goes through until my Atlantean Prince gets dealt with, which is extremely unfortunate. I thought I finally was able to make something happen, but unfortunately, we get cleaned up. So we go ahead and we move on to game number 2. This time around, we are able to rip out that pesky Nibiru, so we don't have to worry about getting our field wiped. And with that out of the way, in hand knowledge, we can actually fully construct our board, rip out cards, and ensure that we can have a pretty nasty board. Nasty in the sealed only sense, where we have the Ash, the Herald of the Arclight, as well as the Monster Negate equipped to Abyss Mega. And unfortunately for my opponent, they have to also now face the Ghost Ogre, which we have drawn in hand. And we essentially just draw safe, play it safe. I don't even realize they have Nibiru, but we have enough damage on field to go on to game number 3, the determining game of this match. We have drawn a Kaiju and Deep Sea Diva. So I'd like to think that we could potentially break through whatever my opponent is able to set up turn 1. However, that is a lot of back row, and I did not draw any of my back row 8. So I Kaiju away their Exosister. I bring out my Deep Sea Diva, which gets me to a Prince access. Fortunately, I do have protection with Sea Stealth Attack 2, where my monsters can't be targeted by effects except waters. Luckily, Exosisters are not water, so that means I can still move on. It is difficult, though, because I don't have exact lines at what I want, so I just go up into an area of the Water Charmer so that if she leaves the field, I can have some follow-up on the next turn. Hopefully, I can also turn my Abyss Megalo in the hand live, because right now, it's just sitting there like a dumb bungus. And luckily, I can protect my life points with Sea Stealth Attack 2, but it gets popped because of the Exosister Continuous spell. And Kragan is no longer of much use because I do not have Sea Stealth or Umi on the field to trigger that negate battle phase effect. So I get hit by a lot of damage, and unfortunately, Sea Stealth Attack 2 is nice, so it means I can negate effects, but I don't have anything to really swing the tempo of the game in my favor. I can protect my life points at least, but that is not enough to get me into this game, and now I face a Zeus. Whilst, yes, I can turn on my Megalo, hope that I can potentially negate the Zeus, it doesn't matter. And unfortunately, that's all there is, and we lose that match. We go into the final match of today, and it is going up against Orcust. This will be an interesting matchup. We don't have too much, however, we have some potential plays that could get us through whatever board is built. An IP Masquerena is an interesting prospect, and then also Dingirsu deals with my Atlantean, which means my plays are now dead. And I get hit by a bunch of enemies, so I scoop, and we go ahead and move on to the game number 2. This time around, we do get to go first. However, our board is interesting. We do have the Megalo, so we do already have the interaction with the Monster Negate. So we just go ahead and go into an area when our effect gets negated, thanks to the Skullmeister. And I like to think that potentially maybe we can go through 2 negate. Area does get me follow-up with Searching Deep Sea Diva. Unfortunately, we just have to go through 2 monsters, which I believe we can go through, popping my heavy infantry thanks to Megalo's effect. I get to punch really hard, and we are 100 life points off lethal. You do not know how excruciating that is. But my opponent doesn't have enough follow-up, so he scoops. It means we go to game number 3. Unfortunately, it's not the most ideal of hands. We are able to try to do the Honor Arc. We get hit by Forbidden Droplet, and also with that Eradicator virus, any traps or spells that we draw will be dead in the water, so we are relying solely on our monsters and in the deck to pull us through to victory.
We do have a Godarla, so potentially if I draw one of my Jizakirus, we are in this game. Dingirsu does hit the field. Unfortunately, we do not have the follow-up that we need, so we just go ahead and set my Doom Kraken and hope that I can survive so I can draw a potential out for that Dingirsu. Dingirsu sends my card. I get hit by a bunch of damage, leaving me on 200 life points, and Orcust is off to the races. I draw a Pankratops, which is not enough, unfortunately, not big enough to beat over my Godarla. So I let my tank sit there, and I let my opponent play it out, knowing that I very well have lost this match. Go into battle phase, I decide to pop just for some dignity, and we lose. So that will end today's matches. Some could have potentially been clenched if we had a little bit of a different card pool, but we move on. Hopefully, we'll be able to adjust the deck and make some changes.
1 and 4. Some of those games and matches, I feel like it could have gone another direction. So even still, I probably realistically would look at maybe the Exosister matchup, and maybe that would have made us a 2 and 2, but still not great. I do want to be able to go through a clean sweep, so 4-0, but that means we have to pull good, play good, and not play against tier or anything else. Regardless, we move onwards. The next episode that you're going to be seeing is going to be in a completely different year. Wow. 2022 has flown by. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch all of you in the next episode.